Live from the City of Angels, it's Thursday night. The box office preview show is underway. Tonight, the live MMT evaluations of Primate and Greenland 2. Both here on Midnight Movie Talk. Thanks for being here. Also, SAG Awards, DGA Awards, my reactions to both of those nominations that were announced over the past couple of days. All of that coming up tonight on MMT. Let's start with the film that I saw on Monday night. It is Cujo with a Chimp. Horror films do pretty well in January, and not surprised to see this on the schedule. Paramount's like, let's try to make some cash this weekend. It's your big film that's debuting as we're in the dregs of January. But I'll tell you what, so far 2026 has been solid. I have recommends on everything that I've seen, including both of the films we're going to discuss tonight. But we do start with Primate. Here is 30 seconds of a monkey run amok. Here it comes.
This is home, and this is Ben. He's part of the family.
Ben. Happy.
Ben? What's wrong? It's me, Lucy. It's okay.
Why is Ben doing this?
It's not Ben anymore.
And you see it. We talked about it off the top. It's Cujo with a chimpanzee. Very much like Gordy from Nope, right? That great scene where Gordy goes crazy on the sitcom set. So the idea here, really straightforward. You see it from the 30-second spot. And I think it delivers exactly what you want out of it. And that's really as high a praise as you can give for a film like this, a B horror film. But just a little bit more on that. One thing that this film does that I really appreciate, it stays in its horror lane, right? So many of these horror films try to do comedy. You go back and look at all those awful Sony films that have been suffering through over the past year, 2 years. You look at a Thanksgiving, you look at a Hard Eyes, you look at those films and you're like, God, I just want to be anywhere but where I am right now. And this film, yes, it has the, here comes the teenagers, they're going to get picked off one by one, but there's very little humor in there. It treats its premise with truth and a brutality that I was not expecting when I walked into this film. You know, I thought we would get, as advertised, the chimp run amok, okay? Yes, but there's one scene in particular here that is very Terrifier-esque. And it went further than I expected, and it works. And at that moment is when I really said, okay, this is much better than I expected it to be. Solid horror film, especially, again, for January. I also like the practical effects. I thought it was going to be a CGI monkey. No, it is a dude in a chimp suit. A little dude, obviously, but the chimp's head's a little bigger than it should be, right? But that works versus CGI. So you keep your costs down, you make it look cooler, and then you get those really well done practical effects, and all of that combines to make a very solid entry here for early in 2026. I will say there's an odd opening scene. Now, again, I'm not going to give this movie away, but I'm going to say that it pulls from later in the movie and it moves it forward. And when it goes down in the movie later, I'm like, that was such a weird choice. I would love to talk to the director of this and say, what was the reasoning here? My guess is that when Paramount saw the cut of this, they said, we want to make a scare off the top. And he's like, listen, it isn't there. So instead, they take something from later and move it to the very beginning. And I don't really love the choice. You'll get over it, but I'd love to quiz everybody involved to find out how and why that was made to happen. 87% on the MMT score tonight on Midnight Movie Talk. Listen, this is a solid January entry. And we've had The Plague, a film I really like. Another horror, call it psychological thriller, but it could be a horror film. Then you have now Primate. And then we're going to talk about Greenland 2 in a few minutes. But last year, you guys remember, the beginning of the year was like, why do I have to go see this dreck? Well, this year has started with much more promise, and that makes me very happy. Let's do a seat check here on this Thursday. We check sales of the films we're discussing. And this is the prime that kicks off in less than an hour, right where I saw this the other night, Burbank 16. And you can see it's virtually sold out. You call it 90% of the seats, first two rows, actually not too bad in that theater. But again, for a small, low-budge horror film, this looks good. It is Burbank. It is the number one AMC location. But still, one thing about this that Paramount likes to do, they like to screen some of their Thursday previews later. They did that with The Naked Gun as well. They started at 7 o'clock versus 4, sometimes 2. So that crimps the chimp cash you can make on this. When you look at the preview money that'll come in tomorrow morning, we'll find out how it does. But I bet this does better than anyone really expected. I mean, you've got to take it at about 10 million plus, I would think. I haven't given it much thought. I just literally was throwing this together tonight. I didn't put the projector together, but I would tell you I'd put it about 10, but maybe I'd take it higher. It feels like there's a buzz. The majority of people who are watching this are liking this. And, I'm pretty hard on films. But this film left me, speaking of hard-ons, fairly cinematically erect for a horror film. Certainly that scene on the bed. When you get to it, you'll be like, okay, man. Wow, we're doing that. Yeah, right, Luis? That's what I'm saying. Is that was what made it for me, is when you watch a kill that goes beyond where you typically see the brutality of it again, savagery of it. So a win, right? And again, short runtime. What are all three of the films that I'm recommending so far in 2026? I'm 3 for 3. They're all 140 or less. This is another reminder for all the directors out there, and I'm tired of having this fucking discussion. Stop making your films 2 hours plus. Stop. No more. I want sub 2 hours on everything. In fact, if I go into a studio and they make me the head, which they should have a long time ago, I would instantly say everything is 2 hours or under. He said, well, you don't have the patience. I've sat through films that are an eternity, so don't tell me. It's not always about runtime, but almost everything you watch is too long. So far this year, not the case. I'm very happy about that. All right, let's roll right into MMTE number 2, and then we'll talk SAG Awards, DGA Awards. Thanks for being here live, as always, on MMT this Thursday night. Greenland 2 is the sequel to the first Greenland that came out during COVID. I maintain this is predictive programming. I'll explain that in a minute. But essentially, it's an end-of-the-world, post-apocalyptic thriller in the vein of The Day After Tomorrow, 2012, all those films. Let's watch just a bit, 30 seconds to whet your appetite for Greenland 2, and then we'll give you the MMTE live here on MMT. Let me make sure I have the right thing up. Here it comes right now, Greenland 2. Here we go.
I'll take care of you both. I promise. promise. I promise.
I can't do this.
Follow me. Hang on. We can't stay here.
We're gonna keep going.
I'll take care of you both. Grab onto something! Till my last breath. Greenland 2.
And you see what I'm going to talk about right off the bat. It's bigger in scope. Did you see the first one? It actually did pretty well because everyone was locked inside during COVID. And this film has a much larger budget. First one was about 30. This one rumored to be about 90. So 3x on the budget. Well, guess what? With 3x budget, you get a bigger feeling film, more effects, and all of that is right there. You can see in the trailer, and it's here. Now, there are plenty of moments that are smaller, right? Because the smaller moments don't cost money. As soon as you start showing me effects with actors in a large scene, you're talking cash. I always talk like the taxi meter. It's running every time you see one of those scenes. This film has way more of that than the first because of that 3x budget. Now, there's also limited wasted time here. I mean, listen, a lot of these films, as I just mentioned with Primate before this, go on way too long. This film comes in at 1 hour and 39 minutes. It's tight. And in a weird way, it's actually one of the rare times I'm going to say I want to lengthen this just a little bit. Now, there's two options here, okay, that I recommend for Greenland 2. As they're trying to get from the bunker in Greenland to the impact site in France. So they're doing, like we've seen in how many movies, journey from A to B, and along the way, all of the pratfalls, all the shit that happens, and the absurdities of it. Trust me, this movie has plenty of that. But when you look at all of the stops along the voyage, you need to either get rid of one or two, or you need to extend just a little bit because everything feels so quick. They come up on a scene, an obstacle, and they hurdle the obstacle fast. It doesn't, like, what? Like, that's over already? Because they're just trying to get so much in. So again, I either want to extract some of that, a scene or two, or I need to lengthen it if you want to keep everything in. Those are your two options. Now, what do I always fall back on? Shorten. But in this case, because it is a longer journey, I would actually give the note to make the film a little bit bigger and longer. Now, again, go back to why are they gold standard? Why is MMT number one? Because I'm pointing out why the film is tight. Because the longer you hold those shots, the longer you stick in a scene that requires that CGI to be high, you are running your taxi meter bigger, higher, more expensive by the second. And that means that you want to keep that runtime down. You see, I understand how this works, okay? I'm not a producer, but I fully understand how a movie gets made and where the cash is spent. And in this case, I just think it needs to be just a tad longer or to extract. You can take either or. I don't really care. But I'm still giving it a B-, 83%. I was not bored during this film. Gerard Butler looks okay. One thing I'm going to tell you, listen, Gerard Butler, as you guys know, 300, one of the greatest physiques ever in the history of cinema. Seriously, it really is, right? Now, he's kind of just blobby. He just looks like a dad bod. And what I think's funny about this is he's been in the bunker for 5 years since the first Greenland. He didn't have time to go lift some weights. He didn't have time to stop eating ding-dongs and ho-hos. I mean, how did he not get ripped again? He's just lazy, right? Gerard Butler's in the lazy portion of his career. He's mailing shit in. He's getting a paycheck. And he's eating and drinking, not to Russell Crowe excess, but he's on the path to Crowe. And we want to get in and do something about it. Hit the gym, Gerard. Okay? Certainly in the bunker. He is the king of January, Cameron, because he has obviously Greenland. He had Den of Thieves 2. Oh, that movie's bad. God, did you guys see Den of Thieves 2? Pantera. Oh my Lord, that was a suffer, right? That was 2 hours plus. That was last January, and then he's had some other things. Kandahar was that one. He's kind of like that, like, made for DVD elevated film. Like, it's right on the cusp of being direct to DVD and at your local multiplex. And January's when we get those films. When do we get those? Because it's just like people are not going to the movies as much. As you guys know, this is one of the lightest attended months of the year. It's why you don't get the good stuff. So here we are with Greenland 2. But again, listen, I am 3 for 3, right? The Plague, clearly number 1. Number 2 would be Primate. And number 3 is Greenland 2. This is 3 thumbs up. This is a win. This is a win for me. Was it only 12 for Greenland? I heard the budget was 30. Go look again on Wiki, Safik. I don't know about 12. That's really low because there's at least some shots that are CGI, and those shots are expensive. I don't care how you cut it. So I think it's more than that. But either way, this is supposed to be 90. We don't ever get the full actual answer, but either way, whatever it was, let's call it between 12 and 30. If this is 90, you can see the difference, okay? It's not as big as a 2012 or a Day After Tomorrow, but again, I don't think you're going to feel shortchanged when you go to see this. If you want that, again, post-apocalyptic thriller that is very formulaic, okay? Everything is going to, 12 million. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I was like, what? Okay, now we're on the right track. Yes, I think, again, we're in a decent spot in that the films are okay. I think that helps. If I'm out here trashing films, then I don't expect them to do well. But it's nice to know that we're building into 2026, and I haven't seen an awful piece of shit yet. I know that's coming because February's bad too, typically. And last year, we all know, was just really one of the worst years, certainly over the first several months. So it's encouraging. I'm not saying it's going to stay this way. I mean, next week, whatever's coming out, I haven't even looked, I will be ready to be disappointed again because that's typically the norm for this time of year. All right, let's do SAG award nominations and discuss that. My reaction here tonight on this Thursday night. Thanks for being here again live. Let's go over everything that happened. These came out yesterday. I'm getting around to it now. I really didn't get through all of this over the past 24 hours because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let me just be straight up with you, okay? I don't give a fuck about this stuff like I used to. I'm just being honest. I mean, I can still come on here and do everything I need to do with an evaluation and talk about this stuff and give some passion to it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I am analyzing this stuff over the past 24 hours, caring about it, okay? Because, again, I've talked about how awards have become meaningless when you have films like Anora. By the way, Anora is now on our wall behind us. If you can see it, it's added. Go look. It's there. But when you look at Anora winning Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Actress, laughable. It's just an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to cinema, okay? And that's why I can't really care or give two fucks about this stuff as much. And I hope you feel the same way in a way, right? I love that you love movies. I hope it's not like the only thing. For me, I actually like to just get away from some of this and just to decompress, go play my volleyball, go to the gym, do my thing, okay? Because if you just sit around watching movies all day, it's not healthy necessarily either, thank you. So this year I'm going to do a little bit less. I'm going to cut back on some films I really have no interest in seeing. Look at Avatar 3. I haven't seen it. Not going to see it. I'm not watching it. I said I'm not. And to everyone who said, oh, he's going to see it. He talked all that shit about Avatar and he's going to go see it. Really? How come I still haven't seen it? And I'm not. I'm not doing it to prove a point. I don't want to see it. Like, why would I force myself? That's the thing. Okay, leading actor, outstanding performance by a male actor in a leading role. God, just say best actor. Timothée Chalamet will be the winner, more than likely, for Marty Supreme. Listen, you have to give it to him. We just saw him win at Critics' Choice. I'd expect him to win at Globes. You are looking at the best performance of his career in a role he was born to play. This is where you make it happen. DiCaprio is your number 2 at one battle after another. Ethan Hawke, we talked about Blue Moon. He is everything to that film. Better than the film, right? The performance is better than the actual overall film of Blue Moon. I don't think it's a bad film. It's just a film that just stays in one location and will really wear you out if you're looking for a lot of action. There's none. Okay, but it's a character study, and I think he's fantastic, so he belongs here. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, playing 2 roles, fine, right? He's definitely in. We knew this was coming. No surprise. Jesse Plemons, I like seeing here. Big fan of Begonia. I told you guys, you look at Emma Stone, you look at Jesse Plemons in that film, and obviously it's not going to work like it works without the two of them. And a lot of people are saying, well, what about Wagner from Secret Agent? What about, listen, we're not trying, again, when we're putting this thing together, I don't want to have everyone say we have to have an international feature lead in one of these categories. We have to have every representation of race in these categories. I'm not that guy. Do not ever talk that way to me. It makes me sick when I hear that shit. I can't stand slotting where is this because you don't have any representation for, in this case, international. Or if it's missing a white guy, which would never happen, would it, everybody? But yeah, nowadays, maybe, right? I mean, listen, but my point is don't come to me with that fucking argument. If you come to me with that argument, I am going to get violent. I can't stand that shit. So don't come in here and saying, where's this guy? Everyone here belongs. So I don't want to hear what about. Now, if there's someone here who doesn't belong, then we can have that discussion all day long. But if you're a Brazilian and you're pissed that you're not represented, too fucking bad. Shut up. Seriously, I don't even want to hear it. Stop whining. When you have 5 good, certainly deserving slots here and you don't see your guy, get over it, because your guy doesn't care about you, so stop caring so much about your guy. You ever think about that? Do you ever think about that? I know you're not watching the Awards Whisperer, that one loser who does the stream who's just like the most boring motherfucker on the planet. Sorry, I'm now getting aggressive because this is what awards do to me now. You want to watch that guy? You want to watch milk toast bullshit? Go find the Awards Whisperer, whatever he's called, Brian Boring Motherfucker. Watch him. I'm sure he's talking about that. Well, it's a shame that Wagner's not on here. Shut up. Have you ever said anything interesting in your life, dude? No, he's never said. That guy is, oh my God, what a complete waste of air. That dude is the worst. And yet, here's your guy. Here's your guy. And you're saying Weber's attacking another guy again. Because do you understand that in this world we live in, we have so many people certainly in the film space, that have this elevated status, and you watch them and go, what? Why? Prime example. Brian the Awards milquetoast weak ass bitch. That's what I would call him. So I'm sorry, I'm doing that. I'm SAG. I'll do whatever I want. It's my fucking channel. You don't like it, go. I don't give a shit. Don't come back. I don't care. Go watch Brian. He'll put you to sleep. Never said something that's remotely cinematically erect in his life. Okay, let's go to female. Here comes actress. By the way, in true Weber spirit, I need you to understand something. I have not checked to see who's watching, how many. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Do you guys understand? I'm just doing this because I'm sitting around on Thursday night. There's not a lot of thought given to this. But still, it's more interesting than anything that Brian the Awards Whisperer's ever said in his life. So isn't that the thing? How about that? Let's talk about actress. Jessie Buckley Hamnet, very likely the winner here. Listen, if I had to pick one of these 5, I would personally go with Emma Stone for Begonia. But she's one. So it's Jessie Buckley's time, right? I understand that in the landscape of who you're picking, you want to go with someone. If everything's equal, okay? Now listen, now hold on, because you're just about ready to turn that on me. Let me explain. If everything's equal, then I'm going to go with the person who might not be there or hasn't won before, because that's fine. We can do that. But when we're talking about, let's go back to Tar. You look at Tar. You look at what was going on there with Cate Blanchett, performance of a lifetime, one of the best we've ever seen, period. And you give it to Michelle Yeoh. Yes, Michelle Yeoh typically would win that because you'd say, well, if things are equal. Well, the problem is Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere is not equal to Cate Blanchett and Tar. So we can't do that. You see? So if you're equal, then you go in that direction. If it's not, you award the best, clear best. And Emma Stone's very, very good in Begoni, but it's not Cate Blanchett Tar. Very few are. You understand, right? You guys understand. You got to get this fact that there are levels, okay? Right? So when we start playing at an elite, as I like to call stratospheric level, when you're at Cate Blanchett Tar, you better not be giving that to someone else. Okay? This year, none of these 5 are at that level. And if you say Rose Byrne and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, a torturous film. No, not happening. Kate Hudson, Sung Sung Blue, why is she here? You're going to say, why? Because the SAG, the Academy, loves her. She's, by all accounts, a good person, a likable person. That does count, okay? So no surprise. She's the best thing about that film. Not a great film. It's not an awards film. It's just not. I mean, it's way overlong. Hugh Jackman just hamming it up at times. Just too much, right? Hugh Jackman, wattage down, bro. Why do you think Hugh Jackman's not even being talked about here? Because everyone sees the same thing with Hugh Jackman. I'm the only one who actually can diagnose it and tell him what to do. Turn your volume down. Not me screaming into the microphone, but you know what I'm saying. The wattage. Wattage down. Chase Infinity, one battle after another. I mean, listen, there's better performances this year. But again, let's just be honest. It's representation at the end of the day for when things listen, at the end of the day, when it comes to awards, it is always going to fall back to representation. It always will. You guys, it is. You know that. You guys know that. Don't pretend you don't understand that. Don't do that with me. I'm not the guy. Brian's the guy for that. Go watch him. Okay? He'll do that all day because he won't ever say that. You see, because that would actually be something interesting to say, something unexpected to come out of his mouth. Never going to do that for you. Never. Because those people are afraid to say things. I'm not saying Chase Infinity is not good in the film. I think she is. There are better performances. But at the end of the day, you still have to do the thing. You have to do the right thing, quote unquote. Hollywood loves doing that. That's just the end of the day. You know I'm right. Don't even come in and start. Don't. You're wasting my time. Don't waste my time. Not going to have it. Okay? Outstanding performance by a male actor, supporting role, supporting actor. Shit! These categories. I can't stand the names. Miles Caton from Sinners, who just won the Young Actor over at Critics' Choice. Benicio for One Battle. Jacob Elordi, who won at Critics' Choice. Frankenstein, still haven't seen it. Paul Mescal, Hamnet. Will you be brave? Will you be brave? Thank you. Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, a comical performance there. Laughable as Lockjaw. My God. This is a bad year for supporting. Now, I did not see Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein. Frankly, he's probably the best here because I wouldn't pick any of these people otherwise. It's a really poor year for supporting on both ends. You go to supporting actress, you've got Odessa from Marty Supreme, solid enough. You know, it's fine. Ariana Grande, Wicked, best part of that film. Probably my pick here. Amy Madigan, Weapons, laughable, right? The whole film. Certainly that performance is a goof performance. The fact it's winning is like, what? Now, I'm not saying she's good at what she's trying to do. I'm just saying Weapons is a mess. Weapons is a fucking colossal mess. I mean, the fact that some of you just think you can throw a bunch of stuff into a film. Look, it does all these things. So what? Listen, my streams do reviews, conspiracy theories, dragons living at the bottom of the ocean. It doesn't mean it's good. If I were doing a weapons thing, this is great because he's just doing all these things. You guys want to talk about the New York housing gal? Who's like, oh, white people are awful. Owning houses is white supremacy. Want to talk about her? Talk about clown of the year. Oh, my God. But she's a young girl at 37. 30-fucking-7? She's young? What? That whole administration. Guys, I'm not going to get there. We're still in the middle of this. But you're looking at who the fuck is Mom Dom? Who are you picking? You're going to pick this? Do you read these tweets? If I sent those tweets, I'd be gone. Why is it that you can say anything about white people, but you can't say that about anyone else? Why is that? No, not anymore. It's not. We're not doing that shit anymore. You say something racist, it's racist, period. I don't want to hear about it's a white person. It's racist. Don't do that shit. How does she still have a job? She comes out of her house, starts crying. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't think she said she's sorry. I mean, dude, Everyone in New York is fired up. I'm glad. I want to see that happen because socialism can suck my cock. As straight up as that. Listen, capitalism is not great, but socialism is shit. So let's not pretend. So if you're here and you think listen, I'm not left or right, but I can tell you this, I'm not socialist. So let's make sure that's very clear because socialist is very much like the DEI and the box checking. And I can't stand it. I am a merit-based human being. So I'd never say all whites, all blacks, all Indians, it's case by case. It's merit. What do you bring to the table? I don't know where we were on this. Sorry, I just want... What I love is that I have a very diverse audience, right? It's not like it's tribal, where it's all like, this is a right-wing guy. I think some of you are like, well, he does lean left, but he also... You can probably tell I lean more right. And I think it's fair. I do think that's fair. Because, listen, I grew up in the 80s under Reagan. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, conservative kind of area and all that. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying my values more align with that. I want government to get the hell out of the way. I do not need government coming into my life and legislating and nanny stating me as we saw during COVID. It's the last thing I fucking need. Just get out of here. I don't need you to come in and as we're seeing socialist shit. No. Just listen. Unfortunately, in life, some people are going to win, some people are going to lose. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. But I will say this. If you make bad decisions in life, guess what? You're going to pay a price. You can't be doing crack and expect your life not to go to shit. Right? Sorry, guys. This is just like, the stream's going to be like this from now on. I'll do whatever I want, whenever I want. Like I said, I don't even care about this shit anymore. I really don't. I'm doing it. I'm talking about it. I know about it. But my point is that I don't really care. Another Sinners. Masaku. And then you have Tiana Taylor from One Battle. Okay, fine. Whatever. Again, Alice performance by cast. I haven't seen this yet. Frankenstein. Again, we're looking at ensemble because that's what you're going to have. Frankenstein. Hamnet. Marty Supreme. Look at the cast. Huge. Marty Supreme. Massive cast. One Battle. Smart. Makes sense. And Sinners. Yeah, no surprises there. Stunts, F1, Frankenstein, Mission Impossible, One Battle, Sinners. TV, fuck TV. Don't care. All right, comments. Matt Negley is probably seething at the Seyfried snub, advocating. Oh, don't even get started. Don't make me start talking about Matt Negley. I don't want to do it. He's another very boring individual. Never said anything interesting in his life. Never. Not anything edgy. Like, show me the last time he attacked an awards film and said it's trash, like I did with Anora, One Battle, Babylon. Show me. That's all I'm asking. Can you show me that? You can't. I'm not saying you, Luis, but I'm saying they can't. That's what makes it boring. I don't want to have somebody who doesn't go out and hammer shit. Okay? And they certainly wouldn't say anything about the housing gal, right? No way. Because they lean so far left. They probably think that way. Owning property is white supremacy. Whatever the exact quote she has in her tweet. The tweets are there. Don't make me read them. But it's just like, what are we doing? Like, how do you even think that way? They're just like so messed up. And then like her mom owns like a $1.4 million house in Tennessee. But yet owning a house is white supremacy. Your mom owns a really rich, expensive house. I don't know, a $1.5 million house. These people are messed up. Like, I don't know what it is. They're really messed up in the head. Seriously, there's a lot of people that are really, honestly, just like broken in the brain. I don't know what happened over the past several years, but indoctrination, whatever it is. I am fiercely independent. Fiercely. If you guys can't tell that, I don't know what to tell you. Fiercely. But when it's time to come down on something, I'm going to absolutely brutalize it. Because it's just like, that's what we do. That's what we do here. Let's do DGA and then I'll go comments here because that's pretty much it for tonight. I'll do comments for a little while. I got time because I got really nothing else that's major here. Let's do DGA and we'll talk about the 5. I will not be surprised by any of this. I haven't even looked yet. PTA, 0 shock. Ryan Coogler, 0 shock. Del Toro, yeah, for sure. Not a shock again. But, right, now you're getting into it, not so much of a lock. You're talking the top 2 we already know. PTA and Coogler. Joss Safdie, love, great. Chloe Zhao Hammond. I would definitely remove Chloe Zhao. Chloe Zhao's out. Bring in sentimental value. Oh, 100%. 100%. Hamnet's fine. From a directorial standpoint, it's fine at best. There's nothing exceptional about the direction for Hamnet. And let's just go ahead and discuss. Let's have the discussion because I already had it. Let's do it right now. Chloe Zhao, why is she here? You have to have a woman. Do we? Do we really have to have a woman here? Do we? Do we have to have a man? Do we have? No, we don't. We don't have to have a man or a woman. We have to have the 5 best directors. And Chloe Zhao is not one of the 5. So if you're putting her in there because we have to have a woman, I'm telling you, man, if I was in the middle of these discussions and someone said we have to have a woman, I would break. Oh my God, dudes. I would in the middle stand up and go, are you fucking kidding me? Who just said that shit? What? No, we don't. Is she deserving? They go, Chloe Zhao. No. Sentimental Value is a better, much better directed film. Stronger. Oh yeah. Come on. Don't play with me. There's way more. There's hundreds of it. Okay, if you have to go, do I have to go female director? Because I don't ever do that. Never have. Right? What do we go back to my top films of the year? Right? I didn't ever say it was directed by a woman. I said it's really a great film. It doesn't matter. So if we're doing that, right? If I have to be in any kind of organization and they say, well, we don't have enough representation, whether it be sex, race, I'm going to get up and walk out. I'm walking out. I'm leaving. I'm not having this conversation with you guys. Are you kidding me? Why are you doing that? I don't understand why people don't understand the value of merit. Thank you. Yeah, Trier, however you say it. Way better. Way better. Oh, it's not even a contest, guys. But again, because we live in this world that we have to have representation from all this, which is garbage. It's just garbage. Come in, tell me something. Come on. No, let's argue right now. Let's have an argument. Come on in. Who wants to roll up? Gongro, hit me with anything that wants to come after me about my merit, about my, we have to have all these. Go. I'm ready. Go. Come on. Someone have fun with me here. Does anyone want to play that game? Because Hollywood wants to play it. All these other organizations want to play it. How come no one wants to defend it? Where you're making allowances for someone based on their sex or their race. You don't do that. I don't expect you to give me bonus points, brownie points for being a white guy. What? Why? What? It's the job you're doing. Is the person talented? I know I've had this discussion a million times. I know you guys know and you're tired of hearing this, but I'm saying I have to say it so many times because I need to drive it down, hammer it into the ground with the longest fucking nail that's ever been made in the history of nails. That merit is the only way to go, and any kind of DEI bullshit ideology is garbage policy. One of the worst things to ever be conceived by the human mind. Giving people legs up based on race, sex, sexual preference. Yeah, well, listen, I mean, I would pick Ann Lee for direction. I got to be honest with you. Listen, straight up, I'm not a fan of the film, Louise. But you look at Ann Lee direction. If you're talking direction, we're only talking direction. We're not talking about picture. I would say for sure it's a better directed film. It's a more operatic. Huge, right? It's got the VistaVision. It's got the 70 millimeter. Hamnet is a faux good film. It really is. There's no chance it wins Best Picture. I mean, when I saw it, I go, how is this even in consideration? It is, as I put it then, and I say now, it is Oscar bait grief porn. And Buckley's the best thing about it. But yes, exactly. When you look at that, that is exactly what the situation is. All right, let's do this. Let's do give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the Comment Blast closeout because honestly, I'm good for tonight. I'll come back on Sunday. We'll do a longer show, but I'm kind of beat tonight. I'll do it. I'll do the Comment Blast closeout. I'll find a song from tonight. It was like a chill, techno song because I'm kind of in that mood. I'm a little surly. You guys can tell. But the thing is because when it's time to get savage, I want to get savage. And I think that if there's one thing I really can't stand in the space, it is the constant push for box checking and the constant push for anything other than meritocracy. It is just nauseating. and I will never play it. I will pick the best films, period. I will not pick the best directed by a woman, by a man, by insert. All right, Comment Bless goes out here on this Thursday night. Thanks for being here on MMT. And listen, here's the thing. We will have another stream on Sunday where we'll talk. It'll be the Golden Globes post-game show. I will try to be in the mood to do the post-game show. I will be. It's fine. I'll be watching the show. There'll be a lot to talk about. So it'll be fine. It'll be fun. Please watch the trailer for Undertone from A24. Luis, fine. Since you paid me, I'll do it. I've got a couple seconds. Give me a second. I'm going. This is the one that costs like $500,000, right? I just read about this today. Give me a second. I'll find it. Yeah, this is where Weber goes digging for trailers. I should go. Weber searches on Google. All right, hold on. I got it. Give me a second. Here it is. I might even leave the song up in the background. Okay, what's it called? Is it brand new? Give me a second. I'll find it. Undertone, got it. It's 2 minutes. All right, fine. I'll watch it. That way I don't have to watch it on Sunday. I'm not buying any of these brands. Okay, give me a second. Here we go. This is the one I think, right? It's $500,000. Okay, let's watch it. Fine. Here we go, guys. Let me turn my music down. Here we go. Is it going to start showing anything, or is this over and over? Hold on. I'm going to go ahead. First thing I'm going to say is, though, I like the idea of rolling a record backwards and we're getting subliminal messages. We were told that when we were kids, right? And I love the historical pictures, right? Showing you that history may not be exactly what we've been told. Don't even get me started on that. I'm not doing it. I'll do it another time. I'll do an entire stream where we talk about that shit. But it's too long. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Too long. It needs to be a minute. Like, I don't know who cut this for A24, and I like the idea of it. It's almost like, it reminds me of, what's it called? The IFC movie. That, of course, the weird film. I'm already forgetting the name of it. You know what I'm talking about. The one that we've talked about it on ad nauseum here. But it's 2 minutes and 33 seconds. It's way too long. Luis, way too long. I don't who said that was the deal. Make it a minute. A minute's fine. Make it a teaser. What was the point? Oh, there's a new one that dropped? That's not the 2 minute? There's a newer one? Hold on. I don't see it. Luis, there's Undertone. Oh, here it is. Okay, my bad. I was watching the wrong one. Sorry. No. Here we go. I'll watch this one.
Do you hear something?
Welcome to the Undertone Podcast, where we talk about all things creepy. I'm your in-house skeptic, Evie Babbage, and my believer co-host says he has a real treat for us today.
We're listening to 10 mysterious audio recordings from an anonymous email.
Oh my God. Are you implying there's hidden messages in it?
Let me play it back in reverse.
Play the next one. Let's find out.
What is that? Where is that coming from?
The spinning camera trick from Trey Schultz.
We should stop listening.
I would have already cut the trailer.
What if we unleash something?
Too much. Trailers are too much.
I like it. bring it back.
You shouldn't have called out to her.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there, Luis. I'm just going to say that we've seen this movie a million times before, right? You unleash a diabolical spirit from listening to something, watching something, go back to the ring, right? So I'm not saying that it doesn't look impressive for $500,000 or whatever. I guess it debuted at a small, was it Beyond Fest? And then A24 picked it up for a pretty good, this A24's buying your film. That's a good sign because they usually don't buy junk. But then again, they released The Front Room. Remember that? Yeah, none of you watched that but me. Go watch The Front Room and come back and talk to me sometime. Listen, I mean, but it's fine. I mean, I think that I like the idea, but is again, like a lot of these horror things, we've seen them so many times before. Just this is a slight remix on what we've done in the past. So, yeah, I'm down. I mean, I'll go see. Hopefully it's short. Hopefully it's another 90-minute film. But we will definitely add that. It's coming out, the spring, I imagine? If they're trailering it now, it's probably out in spring. Let's see if it's got a release date. Give me a second. Let me find out. Does it have it? It doesn't say. I'm sure it is spring, right? There it is, March. Okay, no, it's 2 months away. So here we go. Plus a podcast host. Okay, nice. All right, guys. I'm tired. I'm gonna wrap the stream. That was fun though. I really appreciate it, guys. It was always a good time. Sorry if I got a little grouchy. It is what it is, man. I'm allowed to do what I want. It's my stream. I'll react how I need to, and I will constantly surprise you. No, I mean, I really don't have any of this scripted. It's just like, let's just go and shoot. And if I feel something, I'll feel it, and I'm not going to apologize for it. It's fine. I think everything I say is valid and fair. And is it aggressive at times? Sure. But listen, at the end of the day, do you want to watch someone who is milquetoast boring, is never going to say something interesting, always going to say what you expect? Even if they say something edgy, they're saying something edgy within their group. I don't want to be part of a group. I have no interest in being part of any kind of hive mind. Okay, it's the last thing I'm interested in. So if you want non-hive mind thinking, objective, fearless, 4-quad, 5-tool film evaluators, you're talking to the man right here, the gold standard. I'll see you back here on Sunday. That's going to do it for tonight. By the way, tonight's kit is FC Tokyo. I just decided to break this out. It's kind of a newer one I've had. I don't even know if I've worn it on the stream before. But look at this. This thing's got shit all over it. That's why I liked it. I told you, the more these kits have on them, the better. You've got an X on either shoulder. You've got sponsors. This is how I like to roll. I'll see you back here on Sunday. Thanks for being here on MMT. Peace out. Enjoy your weekend. See you Sunday. Bye. Goodbye.